Hi, good morning. How y'all doing? This is January the 19th, about the 29th day of the government shutdown. Okay, if what on Google is correct. Now let's look at the Supersavers, the Indians, to include the Pakistanis and the Indians, Asians to include the Koreans, the Japanese, and let's look at the Filipinos. They are the super savers of the world. They save their money. Okay, they are super savers. Now, I've been listening to on YouTube, of course, a lot of people who are in distress because of the government shutdown, which I don't blame them. Now, the let's look at the white people. They have some of them have double incomes. Okay, okay, and most of the people who are complaining that they don't have any money, they don't know how they're going to pay their bills because of the government shutdown are black and whites. That's all I've seen so far. What's the truth about that? They do not have 30 days to cover 30 days worth of money in the bank to cover their expenses, even for 1 month. They do not have it. Now, all the financial gurus out there, every last one of them say we should have at least 6 months money in the bank to pay for expenses, monthly expenses, just in case something like this happens. You either get laid off or a government shutdown. I submit to you, like I said, you should have about at least a year and a half. Okay, now the Indians probably have 5 years worth of savings. They will admit, they freely admit that they are savers. They freely admit that. They probably have 5 years worth of savings in their savings account to cover any kind of expenses. 5 years worth of savings. Okay, they say they save. Okay, they super savers. They don't buy anything. You don't see them at the malls. You don't. They sell stuff at the malls, but you don't see them buying at the malls. You don't see them hardly even buying at the grocery stores. You don't see them buying at the warehouses. You don't see them. That's why the Indians, when they want a business, for example, a laundromat or a store, they can pay 50% down or just pay cash for the whole store. They do not spend money. Yeah, they wear the same 5 pairs of pants for the next 5 years. They wear the same shoes for 5 to 7 years. But you know what? That is doable. It's not totally impossible. That is doable. Now, like I said, they may sell stuff at the mall, but they do not buy from the mall. They do not buy stuff at the mall. I very seldom see Asians at the mall. Okay? Filipinos are also good savers. Now, I went to a beauty supply store yesterday, to get some curlers. One item. And 100% of their customers were black women. 100% of their customers. Now, see how we make other people rich? They were buying wigs, false eyelashes, all kinds of junk to put on your hair. That's why they cotton picking bald headed, y'all. Okay. They were buying, black people are buyers. Claude Anderson said that. Okay. And they've been saying that for years. Black people are buyers. We buy the food, the jewelry, even if it's junk. We buy the wigs. We buy the electronics, the latest up-to-date electronics, particularly where a telephone is concerned, even though a flip phone would do, okay? We just buy, and we don't save. And when something happens like a layoff or a government shutdown, we're just stuck out in the cold. We don't have money for even to put down on any kind of business, a laundromat, anything, a store, anything. Now, in the after slavery, I'm going to give you a little bit of history. After slavery and into the 19th century, black people were largely entrepreneurs. They were carpenters, farmers, barbers, restaurants, etc. That's what made the white man jealous. Okay, that's why they um, instituted these Jim Crow laws. Okay, that's why they instituted the Jim Crow laws, because it was jealousy there, because the black man was getting some money, was making money by being an entrepreneur. So by the time the 60s, 1960s came around, the white man gave the black man welfare. Welfare was created for the black man and the black man alone. And when I say black men, I'm talking about black men and black women. So the whole notion was, look, you keep black people out of corporate America, out of RCA, out of Kodak, out of Westinghouse, out of all these big companies. You keep them out. So just give them welfare to pacify them. And it did pacify us for a season. But then we forgot how to be entrepreneurs. We forgot how to buy land. And so here we are. We're just buying. We buy any kind of junk that's out there. Any kind of junk. So we should learn something from these ethnic groups. The Indians, Supersavers. They admit they are. The Koreans, they're savers. They don't buy anything. The Filipinos. Then we wouldn't be in these bad situations that's caused by the government shutdown or layoffs if we had the savings. And I hope we learn something from this government shutdown. The one thing I think we should learn is to be super savers. Don't depend on the government for nothing, not even a job. Buy land, buy land, buy land. Have a nice day.